Hi, this is Lisa from Happy Healthy Orange, and I'm here to talk to you about relieving inflammation. Inflammation can be caused from a variety of different factors. You're going to have to maybe consult a doctor to really determine what it is that's causing your inflammation, because like I said, there can be a lot of different factors contributing to the chronic inflammation that you're having right now. For my family, it was several things that all kind of accumulated, and several of us have inflammation issues. And not all doctors know what to do for chronic inflammation. So I'm here to share with you a couple tips that maybe your doctor hasn't shared with you. Maybe your doctor doesn't even know how to treat chronic inflammation. So the good news is that it is treatable, and I am experiencing in my body today no inflammation. So it is possible, and a lot of it can be done through diet and exercise. So the first thing I want to address when dealing with inflammation is allergies. Allergies are a huge contributor. So again, get a healthcare professional that you can value and appreciate and listens to you and who works for you and that understands inflammation a little bit. So he can go ahead, or she can get you some allergy testing done. And through that, you can see what your body is not processing correctly. Here's how allergies work. You ingest a substance. We're going to talk about food allergies. You ingest a substance, and your body doesn't know how to process it. It looks at it as an invader. So it releases these things called histamines, which is why when you have like seasonal allergies, you take an antihistamine. So you've got these histamines and everything that's released in your body trying to attack this foreign body that it doesn't know what to do with. So when that happens, it kind of tries to encapsulate it and do this whole other thing with it, but it also inflames all the tissue around that area. So if you have a piece of toast and you're allergic to gluten, your belly might swell up like 3 or 4 times the size because of what your body's trying to do with it. It's trying to get rid of it, it's trying to encapsulate it, and send it out as fast as it can, but it can't really do that efficiently. So that leads to the inflammation. So I'm going to talk to you. If you can't get to a doctor right this second, or maybe you don't really have one that's going to do these tests for you, I do recommend you getting them. But there's 3 foods that you can cut out right now that I can guarantee you are going to help with inflammation if you're experiencing right now. So the first food is refined sugar. Refined sugar isn't really even a food. It's not natural. It is bad for your health, and you really don't need to eat it ever. So I know that's a terrible thing to say like a couple days before Thanksgiving, but it's just what's going to have to happen. Sugar that's refined causes widespread inflammation. It lowers your immune system, it contributes to disease, it feeds parasites, it feeds cancer, it feeds fungi. It's just not a good thing for you to be having. We have been able to substitute with honey. Some people can substitute with maple syrup. We can't. So you're really going to have to just find out what works for your body. And in the meantime, while you're going through that process, try to avoid artificial sweeteners as well, because that can also contribute to some inflammation. The second food that I want to talk to you about eliminating is dairy. Now, you may have already gone to your doctor, and he or she may have said, okay, you have this, milk allergy. You need to get lactose-free milk. And that's not always the best option, because lactose is a sugar, as far as I know, and your body's trying to break down this milk sugars, but it's not sugars that cause the allergies. It's proteins. So there are 2 proteins that are found in dairy, and that's casein and whey. You might be allergic to casein. You might be allergic to whey. You might be allergic to both. That's my case. I can't have either. I'm more allergic to whey than casein, but I can't have either. So that means no milk, no cheese, no lactose-free milk. In a lot of cases, you're not going to be able to have butter. I can tolerate butter now. If you can't tolerate butter and you still want to use butter in cooking, you can turn it into ghee and use ghee in your cooking just by skimming off the top fat. If you melt it down, you skim off the top, and I'm sure you can find a YouTube video about how to do that. But no dairy. That is a huge inflammation maker in your body. It's a lot of people are allergic to it and they don't know it, or they've been told they're not allergic to it, and you really just need to monitor yourself and how you do on it. A lot of us in our family can't do dairy at all. And what you really want to look for with that, if you are allergic to dairy and you think you are, maybe you've been told you're not or something like that, do you have a lot of mucus? How is your mucus production? Are you having stuffy nose a lot? Are you constantly on allergy medication for, clogged up head? Do you have sinus infections a lot? Do your kids have ear infections? Those are all signs that you have an allergy to milk. So remember, not lactose, casein and whey. The third allergen that's really common is the G word, gluten. I know that's become really popular in the last couple years. So you can really try and figure out what it is that your body is responding badly to, and you might need to go to a professional that actually specializes in allergies to figure out, if you're allergic to gluten or not. I will caution you with that. Not all people who are allergic to gluten will show up positive for the celiac test. My daughter didn't show up positive to the celiac test, and that was because she couldn't tolerate gluten, so we wouldn't give it to her. She just wouldn't eat it naturally, and we'd already taken her off of it, and you have to basically accumulate gluten in your system for so long, and it has to erode your intestines before it actually shows up as that you are allergic to it. So you can do the elimination diet, where you eliminate it from your diet for 2 weeks to see if you have a gluten allergy or not. And you don't cheat on it, because even a little molecule of it, if you do have something like celiac, is going to cause inflammation everywhere. All right, let me try and get out of the sun a little bit here. All right, now I get the plant in my background. So the other thing that I want to talk to you about now are some superfoods that you can take to help relieve that inflammation. The first thing is ginger. Ginger is a powerful anti-inflammatory. It's a superfood. It has so many great uses. I keep it in my fridge all the time now because it is amazing and I love it. It helps improve circulation. It helps kill parasites. It helps kill fungus. It is great for any kind of colds or an immune booster. It's a wonderful thing to have all the time. So my son has already destroyed my ginger. It was all beautiful when I first went to do this, and now it's all destroyed. So usually it has big lobes that come off the sides, and so you can use about this much and zest it up and put it in tea and make some great ginger tea. You can also just put a lobe of it in your smoothie, or you can juice it if you do carrot juice and stuff. That also is awesome to do. The other superfood that is great if you have maybe inflammation that's caused from toxins or heavy metals is cilantro. Cilantro is wonderful, and it's found in your produce department as well as the ginger. Some people call it coriander, depending on where you're from. So coriander or cilantro, whatever you want to call it, is great at detoxifying your blood and really helping your system out. You can use it in conjunction with something called chlorella, and that will help you to eliminate heavy metals or do basically at-home chelation. So if you've had vaccinations, or maybe your child you think has some kind of like, toxins from having vaccines, you can start giving them this. And you can either, put this in a smoothie, or you can, just eat a little bit of it. That's what I did with my kids when I did it for them, just a little bit, and then give them a couple of these tablets, and, there you go. It totally binds to the toxins in your body. Now, maybe it's not vaccinations, and you're thinking, I'm not going to have heavy metal poisoning. There's no way that would happen. Fillings, mercury fillings, being in an older house that has had lead paint and such, even the soil, if you've gone to other countries, or maybe you're not from America, the soil a lot of times contains high amounts of heavy metals. And the foods that we eat from other countries and from the ocean, like seafood and rice, those have a lot of heavy metals in them. And unfortunately, the U.S. doesn't test for any of that, when it comes over here. So we really don't know how much we're getting. And we eat a lot of rice. So we just kind of have these foods handy for us. And, you can get something like chlorella on Amazon. I just picked up this one because I like Dr. Mercola, and his website is really awesome too. The third thing I want to talk to you about, so we talked about allergies, we talked about the supplements, just a few of them that you can take. The third thing is exercise. Exercise is super important when you have inflammation, and I know you probably don't even want to get up off of your couch right now or wherever you're at to go and do anything physical, but it's important to work out. You can start with 20 minutes a day, just kind of running around your house, doing lunges. If you can do a sit-up, 5-pound weight, curls, anything to just get you moving for 20 minutes. That's how I started. I started working out again when I was really sick, and that's all I could tolerate. I couldn't even do a sit-up. I also, if you want to exercise outside, I like to jog, and I'll tell you why I like jogging more than walking, because I get more of a sweat. And for me, I can't eliminate toxins correctly if I don't sweat. A lot of people can eliminate them in other methods, but for me, sweating is the way that my body eliminates toxins. So when you sweat through exercise, or even, a sauna, that is really going to help to eliminate the toxins, and also in turn eliminate the inflammation, because if you have toxins in your body, again, your body is going to try and get rid of it, and it doesn't always know how to do it. And when it does it, it encapsulates it, and it causes, basically like a pimple. It encapsulates and it inflames. That's what's happening in your body. So we have to try and eliminate all of the toxins that are causing the inflammation. Jog. Go out. It doesn't have to be long. You don't have to jog the whole time. You can jog a little bit. You can walk a little bit. Start out with half a mile. Start out around your block. Whatever it takes to get you outside, to get you moving. I guarantee that if you do these 3 things and you haven't been doing it, that you are going to experience improvement in your inflammation disorder. So I hope that that's been helpful to you. Blessings, and have a great day.